Hello, welcome to Lakpo's videos. Today, I thought of sharing some historical happenings, historical incident that happened in Sri Lanka, and introduce a few characters you may or may not be aware of. But it has some contemporary value as well. If you like to see some parallels between what happened a millennia ago in Sri Lanka to today. About 1006 years ago, in 1017 AD, the powerful Chola Empire headed by King Rajaraja invaded Sri Lanka and captured King Mahinda V of Sri Lanka. And literally, the next 12 years, King Mahinda spent as a prisoner of the Chola kingdom. From 1029, for many decades, most of Sri Lanka was under the control of this very strong Chola Empire. However, although most of the country was under the Chola Empire, there was an independent Sri Lankan state further down in south with modern-day Kataragam area as the capital city of that resistant government. There were few rulers in this region who count themselves as the king of Sri Lanka. However, because the Chola Empire was very strong, every single king that was crowned for many years were either murdered by the Chola kingdom or captured by the Chola kingdom. So whenever a Sri Lankan king crowns in Kataragama, the Chola Empire comes, invades the kingdom, kills the king, and then goes back. So the resistance did not have any continuity. At the same time, a son of King Mahinda V, called Vikramabahu, amassed a massive army and tried to invade the Polonnaruwa kingdom where the Chola Empire Chola Empire agents were stated. But unfortunately, Prince Vikramabahu suffered a terminal illness and passed away before he could launch that attack. So out of these many kings, for a lack of better word, we use the word kings, although they were not having the control of the whole country, in Kataragama were assassinated by the Cholas. There were a couple who were not that the Cholas were not able to kill. One of them was called Lokeshwara. He was the ruler of Kataragama from 1048 to 1054. Now, Lokeshwara is considered as a very strong autocratic ruler that not many people liked, but he was a decorated war hero, so not many people wanted to go against him because of his military powers. And Lokeshwara was one king in the south that was never killed by the Chola Empire. He died a natural illness, probably premature, but he died of natural causes, not killed by the Chola Empire attacks. While during the 6 years he was the king of Kataragama, the Chola Empire was not able to come and overrun Kataragama. So when Lokeshwara died, there was a power vacuum, and the moment that the Chola Empire generals knew that Lokeshwara has passed away in 1054, the Chola Empire sent a massive army to capture Kataragama once and for all and assert the control about all of Sri Lanka, including the southern region of Sri Lanka, which was the only part that was independent of the Chola Empire at that time. However, as soon as the Chola Empire tried to invade Kataragama, another person who was the caretaker leader of Kataragama, his name was Keshadathu Kasyapa. Keshadathu Kasyapa led the army in a masterful way, in a way that the Chola Empire did not expect a resistance from the Sri Lankan army at that time. So the end result was that not only the Chola army was unable to capture Kataragama, they had to retreat. In fact, the historical sources say that the Chola Empire that surrounded the Kataragama area had to go back several hundred miles to a place called Rakpahana. Now, this Rakpahana is the modern-day Rakwana area. So you can geographically see how far the enemy has been repulsed by Keshadathu Kasyapa's military skills from Kataragama to Rakwana area. So when after retreating up to Rakpahan area, the Chola Empire decided not to have any more attacks with Keshadathu Kasyapa, because that was a customer too hot to handle for them militarily. However, at the same time, as you would understand, fighting with a huge army of a powerful empire created enormous damages to Keshadathu Kasyapa's army as well. So what Keshadathu Kasyapa did was, while asserting the control of the Rakpahan area, he came back to Kataragama to do the rebuilding of his army, as well as asserting the control of the rest of the kingdom. Unfortunately for Keshadathu Kasyapa, there was another prince who also had his own ambitions to save Sri Lanka from the Chola Empire. That person's name was Kirti. Now, Prince Kirti was also trying to attack the enemy, the Chola Empire, but he realized that he would not be able to attack the Chola Empire as long as Keshadathu Kasyapa is the crowned prince of the southern area of Sri Lanka. So what did Kirti did? Kirti also saw that Keshadathu Kasyapa's army, after the battle with the Cholas, would probably be weak and in a vulnerable situation. So Kirti decided strategically to attack Keshadathu Kasyapa in Kataragama. So he amassed his army, went to Kataragama, and had a fight with Keshadathu Kasyapa. And obviously, the Keshadathu Kasyapa's army, already depleted by the fight with the Chola kingdom, and also part of the troops in the Rakpahan area, was not able to survive that onslaught by Prince Kirti's army. And at the end of the day, in that battle that ensued, Keshadathu Kasyapa lost the battle and he was killed by Prince Kirti. So by virtue of killing Keshadathu Kasyapa, Prince Kirti became the ruler of Kataragama, as well as the entire southern part of the country, all the way up to Rakwana area. Once he got this control, and without any other challenge for his rule, within a decade, Prince Kirti was able to amass a massive army, go to Polonnaruwa area, capture Polonnaruwa, and chase away the Chola Empire out of Sri Lanka and assert the control of the whole country. This is the king that we call the King Vijayabahu I. So King Vijayabahu I was the person who actually liberated Sri Lanka from the Chola Empire. However, we have to keep in mind that before King Vijayabahu, there was a Keshadathu Kasyapa that the Chola kingdom could not overrun and was able to withstand. Not only withstand, Keshadathu Kasyapa was able to chase away the Chola army for several hundred kilometers, several hundred miles. Unfortunately, he could not finish the job. So the way the history is written is that we give a lot of prominence to the end goal, person who achieved the end goal, but there are so many contributors. Unfortunately, the way we write the history and recognize the history, some of the contributors are often forgotten and not even mentioned. I'm pretty sure that you may have heard of King Vijayabahu, but probably you may not have heard of Keshadathu Kasyapa, that in all fairness could have been a person to save Sri Lanka by himself as well, has he not been killed. So this is actually giving some food for thought for us. Look at the history, whether it's recent history or the past history of Sri Lanka, and see who has taken the credit and who has actually contributed, and what kind of infighting has happened, that the credit for the actual person might have been given to another person because somebody else has actually finished the job, although a lot of groundwork was done by somebody else. So I think it's a good exercise to look at facts that way and do retrospectives rather than just repeating what we usually do of just glamorizing the final winner. Because when you look at complex scenarios like that, the final winner cannot do it alone. There's a lot of people who has to work before that person to make that victory reality. So this is my thought from Luckvoice videos today. Think about that. Let's have a discussion. Maybe we can argue, we can have questions. Put your comments in Luckvoice Canada Facebook page or Luckvoice Canada video in YouTube videos. let's have a conversation and tell me what you think about it. Maybe we can have a similar conversation in the future as well in our next videos. Thank you.